What's up? This is Luke, and this is my new pedal board. I just finished it today. I got my last pedal I needed for it, and it has taken me, I've been thinking about this build probably, it's been like a year. I've been kind of planning this in my head, and I just didn't discover the right sounds, the right pedals until very recently, and I finally got everything I needed. Sold a bunch of gear, got the money, got the new gear, and here we are. So yeah, I'm just gonna start with the signal chain. So wah, then it goes into Saturnworks A looper, which is it does not have a buffer, it's totally passive. There's a 9-volt just for the LED. It would work if I didn't have that on. And basically it's splitting my pedal board by drives into kind of two parts. So this is the green channel, and the green channel goes to the Hermetta Engineering Purple Octopus octave, and then into the Dunlop Jimi Hendrix Mini Fuzz Face, the Shrine one or whatever. I don't know. I just needed one that was tiny, and this one is the best. Not the best, but my favorite fuzz that I've gotten so far. And then this is what came in the mail today, the Lovepedal Twin, and yeah, so that's all that side, and then it goes to the B side, and the B side is just the Suhr Riot and nothing else. So it's these three or that one, and that is all it is. And then after that, we have a Peterson tuner, and it's after it because I like the buffer, like in case I have a long cable. The buffer totally, I really recently did kind of discover that it definitely helps, at least at the end of your pedal board. It didn't sound good. The fuzzes just didn't sound right. Even the drive doesn't sound right with the buffer in front of it. I think that kind of stuff needs to be just straight out of the guitar. And then it goes from the tuner into the Hermida Audio Rotary Reverb, and then into the Keely Halo Andy Timmons Dual Echo. And that's the board. And then the board itself is a Gator small pedal board that I've had forever. The power supply, I'm using a True Tone. Like, there's no brick. These are all daisy chained, which sounds crazy because I've definitely used like power bricks. Like, I have isolated power bricks, a couple of those, but I don't need it. Like, there's no noise. There is absolutely no noise on this board. It sounds phenomenal. I get no issues, and it saves a lot of weight, so I'm happy with that. All right, we are going through the EG Raw Dog, the DV Mark Wicked Amp, love it, into the horizontal, but then changed to vertical cabinet, Neo Gold cabinet, and yeah. So the wah, the Mini Wah, there's nothing to say about that, right? It's just a wah. Great, epic, okay. Dunlop Mini Wah, nothing to say about that, really. All right, and then we're in the AB switch now. Saturnworks AB switch, that was really, really affordable, too. I don't think it was very much, and I've had it for years. And it is sitting on like a little wooden block riser, so that's like the tallest button for me. And then, like I said, all right, Hermetta Audio Engineering Purple Octopus. I got this on my birthday, and I went to Guitar Center's website, selected my local store, and I just hit show used inventory. I'm always looking at used stuff. Everything on this board, I think, is used. I never buy a brand new pedal. And that one was just there on stock in the store, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go check that out. It looks pretty cool. And it's kind of like to me, it's kind of like the Octavia octave, but no fuzz. Kind of does let you play chords. that's kind of interesting because I feel like a lot of these, like I have the Lovepedal Believe, and that is super similar to this. Very, very similar. They do actually have knobs internally. If you unscrew the back, you can use a little screwdriver and you can tweak the tone on it. I actually have not done that. This is how I got it from the store. I love it. Not even gonna touch it. Great, awesome. Okay, then Dunlop Hendrix Mini Fuzz Face. I was struggling on this one because I needed a fuzz face specifically on the board. That had to be on it. That was a requirement. And I went through a couple before I finally found this one. And I listened to a couple videos on YouTube that all sucked of it. Like, they were really bad. Like, there was no good demo. It didn't sound like the Jimmy thing. So, here we go. So... phenomenal. I'm trying to play similar licks also, so you guys can kind of get a taste on them. It does have a silicone side, so I'm on the germanium side, and you can go up to the silicone side. Love it. I've got the fuzz just at maximum. Now, the reason why it took me so long to find like the right one, because so many of them, the level, I'll be maxed at the level. Like, I bought a couple mini ones. I won't say their names, but like the level output was just not enough. And when you use a humbucker, right now I'm using my Charvel DK24. And I'm just kind of using mostly the neck guitar we're using. And yeah, like you use humbuckers in it, and it also just, I don't know. They would be too quiet. They would be too quiet. That's the point of what I'm trying to say. Okay, now the next thing. I'm gonna take another pedal off another board behind me to show you what this is. So this is the Lovepedal Twin, and I could barely find any information on it online, and I just bought it impulsively because I have the Chula, which I love so much, and this has the same problem as a lot of the fuzz faces with loud humbuckers. Is it gets quieter. The total output is quieter because I think you're hitting it too hard. Like your guitar output is too strong of a signal for it. That must be what it is. I don't know the technicals, but the technicals, you know, we're doing bro science here. We're just listening to it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's just quieter. So it's great. I'm gonna keep that. I'm not getting rid of that at all. I love that. So then I ended up getting this, which is the Lovepedal Amp 11. I do really like this too, and I liked it because it had a level there. So it's kind of like the Chula in form factor, 2 buttons. I like the 2 buttons, but this side does not have the level. So like this side is just too quiet unless you have them both engaged. So this one was not working for me, and then I just saw this one and I was like, oh my God, it's just 2 buttons, 2 knobs. Like, that's gotta be it, right? So I just got it today, and so I'll show you the right side. They both can be on. They're not linked in any way. It's hard to see the knob. I have it all the way up. This is the dirty side. So let's go, let's just check clean. Oh, we're still on the fuzz face. Whoops. All right, that's fine. Bridge pickup. Very cool, very cool. All right, left side is just a clean boost. So I've got just a white knob on, white button on it because the color coordination really helps me for some reason. I'm super addicted to that. So we got it at like, I don't know, what is that? 10 o'clock, 9, 10 o'clock. It gets so loud. It really, really does. This side is so much level. Now, I like this side because you can tell, like, if I play an A, just going back to this for a second, like, that's definitely exactly enough louder than I need it to be to feel like I'm hitting a boost or a drive. And this is the same. Nice and loud, back to clean. I can turn that up a little bit. 12. It just feels like I'm just getting more of my guitar. And there's no like EQ that's discernible on either of these. So we love that. That's so good. All right, gonna flip it back to like there. I think that's where I had earlier. All right, AB going to the Suhr Riot. I'll just zoom in on this so you can see how I have it set. We have the have it like that. I like the switch on the left side. That works better for me. Just sounds better. I don't know. And again, like this is all just personal opinion. Like this is my board, not your board. So, yeah. Here's Suhr Riot. Oh, back to the neck pickup. I do like this knob. I do play with this. I like that that's the only big knob. Because like if you put it up at 3 o'clock on the and then back to 9. If you take it all the way down, it's really clean. Weird pedal. I love it a lot. I really like it. Then after the Riot, AB, Saturnworks AB, why do we have this? It is really just so that way these 3 pedals could be in any state. It doesn't matter where they are, and I could hit that and go to the Riot. Because there's actually a couple times in my band's songs where I might be using like this pedal, the wah could be on or off. That affects everything. I've got that pedal. I've got my like distortion drive, and I'm using that in a section. But then I'm taking a solo and I just want to get rid of all of it just in one click. And that's the way I do it. So I can switch the other part, and then while I'm playing in the next section, can seamlessly get that stuff off in an opportunity. And that way I'm not like, oh, I need to turn these 2 off and then hit, the Riot to get the Riot on. I just don't want that. I want to click one thing. And I did experiment with a couple different bigger loopers last year. That's why I said this took a year, because I did actually try a bunch of different techniques. I tried the Boss MS3. I really liked that because it had, like I have a GT1000 obviously, and the MS3 had a lot of the same features in it, but it was just too big and there wasn't quite the functionality I liked. I did try a couple other loopers as well, bigger ones, but no, I think just having one like this, and then with the Twin just sitting at the bottom to be just like my clean solo boost and distortion. And then, of course, I didn't even show you guys this. You can have them both on, of course. So, like, that's so versatile. All right. Finally, last couple pedals. Rotary Reverb. This pedal rocks. I'm actually going to zoom in on this. Okay. Yeah. Rotary Reverb. Okay. So this switch in the middle is maybe one of the best parts. Ooh, get that out of the way. We can go reverb with vibrato, reverb with chorus, or reverb with rotary. I have it on the chorus setting right now. Here's where I've had it. So it was in the intro. Very nice. Dreamy. Lovely. All right. We can play around with that, but that's just where I like the chorus, so I'm not going to go too much into that. Vibrato, cool. This is cool when you turn the speed up. So very cool. Then the rotary, which I also kind of like at the fast speed. Super sweet. Okay, and that's pretty much that. Yeah, I mess around a little bit with it. Like, you could turn the rotary down. But I had to have that. Absolutely had to have that. I saw, this was another one of those, like, most of these pedals, honestly, zoom out here again, we'll kind of get the full view. Most of these pedals were kind of just like a total random whim buy. Like, I just saw the ad or whatever, I saw it and I was just like, oh my gosh, what is that? Like, let's try that out. So that's part of it, but also they all played perfectly into this plan I had laid out. All right, Andy Timmons Halo by Keely. This is an awesome pedal. I love it. I think it is a DSP, or it is digital, quite digital, and but it sounds amazing. It sounds really, really nice, and the knob control makes it feel analog. I really dig that. It does not feel like a digital pedal in any way, nor does it sound like one. And it has 2 outputs, which I love. So you can actually, this is in mono right now, running from the Rotary Reverb. The whole chain is mono, but I can plug in a right here, and then there's some effects in it which you can have in stereo. I don't have any in stereo. I think they might just like automatically become stereo if I plug that in. But what I really do like about that is I can use that as a second out on my pedal board. So I actually have 2 outputs. I could go to anything. I usually use that. I plug that if I'm recording. Like, I'll plug that in my amp and also plug it into the DI box and just run that in the computer. It has the expression pedal and the control pedal button option there. There is a right input also on there. It is stereo input as well, but I just obviously don't have that. Okay. And that works really well with the rotary, of course. Lovely. I think the other side is just a little bit different. Rings a little bit longer. Maybe it's about the same. I don't know what I did there, but they're both the kind of similar. Where did we go next? All right. Then we got this one. I wanted a super weird one, so that's what this one is. To the next one. This is the Andy Timmons Halo effect that I've just tweaked a little bit. If I go to my chorus with this. Oh wait, that's the fast chorus. Oops. There we go. Cool. Very nice. I like that. And then we're back to the quarter note delays. I usually use this most of the time. I just like it, and I like to kind of have, I think I have about 3 or 4 repeats after, so I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's pretty much gone. I like exactly 4, and then I have it set around 400, maybe a little bit over 400 milliseconds. It's right in that range. I don't know that number. I just used to use that all the time on the Boss. I don't do tap tempo. I just leave it where it's at. I really just like that exact amount of delay. I think it's literally 420, no pun intended, but it's actually 420 milliseconds, and it's awesome. I just leave it there. I never touch it. That's exactly how I play. Anytime I'm using delay, it's just 420 millisecond probably. I think that's the number, because I remember it. That's why I remember it probably. So, all right, that's the board. After that, we're done, and we're back to just kind of the overview here. Like I said, it does use, we're using a True Tone, just a normal, the cheap True Tone power brick, the wall adapter. Wow. Yeah. That guy. And that's it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this. it's been kind of fun to build this and start to make some videos. So please like if you actually watch the whole thing. That's really crazy. But I'm just posting this stuff for mostly for myself for fun, and also just kind of share it because I know there's some people out there who are interested in similar things, interested in love pedals. Love pedals, man, dude, I love that. I love all their pedals. Like the Chula I was saying earlier, absolute must own if you don't have one of those. That's just so good. And I like the wah. I like a wah on a pedal board, but I was trying to keep it small, so that's cool. Love the fuzz face, like I said. The octave thing is cool. I didn't really talk about the Peterson tuner that much, but honestly, this thing is the coolest tuner I've ever owned. It really is. It's wicked. It sounds so good, man. The tone is crazy. But yeah, I love the Peterson. I will say the sweetened tunings on it are noticeable. Like, that is not just like some gimmick or whatever. I was like, oh, whatever, I don't care, I just tune. And no, that's definitely quite noticeable. So, check out any of these pedals. I highly recommend all of them. Buy them used to prevent more e-waste, I guess, or something like that. And yeah, thank you for watching.